What's up, everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Guys, today we're going to be talking about an exciting IDO launch for a new play-to-earn game that is looking pretty sweet, and this is definitely an opportunity you're not going to want to miss. And I'm really excited because one of our Patreon members did bring this up to my attention, and after discovering and doing more research on this play-to-earn game, this is going to be huge in 2022. So guys, before we share this information, be sure to like that button, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. I love giving you guys these updates, and we're a community here. You guys give me your feedback down in the comments down below. I read them, I watch them, and it's just so juicy. And guys, this is a community that you just cannot miss, and we are doing so great. And I'm happy to see a lot of different people getting profits, taking profits both on Patreon and both on YouTube. So guys, thank you. So let us begin. So what game are we talking about? It is Decimated, guys. Decimated. It is an amazing futuristic game, and we're going to dive deeper into it in just a little bit. Right now, it's not listed on CoinMarketCap in terms of its current price and its market cap because it has not released yet. That's why we're having an IDO come out. The ticker symbol is DIO in case you ever want to look this up and stay up to date. And as I brought up before, one of my Patreon members did bring this up. It was from Zozer. Zozer said, FYI, I just found out about the Decimated, that Decimated is planning to release on Firestarter, aka the flame ticker symbol. This may be the next investment opportunity. And I'm like, where did I hear about this game before? And I heard it from Alex Becker, who is a great YouTube influencer. He was one of the first people that got me into Cryo War, and also I wanted to encourage my viewers to get into Cryo War as well when it was around $1.35, and now I believe it's above $4 at the moment. So that's where I first heard of it, and then diving deeper into what Decimated is, well, it's built on the Unreal Engine software. So Decimated is a third-person survival role-playing game where players can choose to play a variety of roles as a human or a cyborg. Players can choose to fight against or team up with other players, scavenge loot, transport cargo, or VIPs to other locations, collect legal, yada 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 yada. So it's really cool. But what I love is that anything built with Unreal Engine software allows for the graphics on the screen and everything in terms of characters and workflow and gameplay to be smooth and just seamless. And it just looks beautiful just based on the software itself. And also they received an Epic Mega Grant. So that was really cool that they received that. And you can tell here that in these roles you can play resource collector, medic, hitman, bounty hunter, smuggler, infiltrator. There's so many different roles you could play. But what's really cool is that if you ever want to play a cop in this world, you have to enlist and make sure you don't have any criminal records, which is, I think, is really cool. It kind of abides by law and order, but also, you know, people who rebel. I mean, this is like the classic story that we need to keep in mind. And, you know, there's not actually a play-to-earn game that has that type of atmosphere that I know of right now, that takes the rules into accountability and uses that as an essential element to your experience playing the game. That's what we would call a metaverse, right? A metaverse is supposed to have rules and regulations. And over here it has a little bit of a backstory. Earth has been abandoned after 100 years of destructive climate change and catastrophic neglect of the environment by corporations and industry. By the way, that's like actually happening right now. Political and social unrest has left the old cities decimated and hostile to life. Civilization has collapsed and destroyed itself. So this is a post-apocalyptic world. I dig it. I love this. In their update section, it obviously says that they got that mega grant from Epic Games, but also that they migrated from Ethereum to Solana. You know why? Because Solana is just much faster. Basically, if this game wants to launch and do really well and gain adoption by its users, well, it's going to have fast transactions and also cheap transaction fees. You have to have something that's really fast. And so with that type of element, Decimated being built around the Solana blockchain, that totally makes sense. And, you know, there's a few other articles in here that gives you other updates, but one that I thought was really interesting was that it was originally going to be published on Steam. And I thought that would have been cool, but as my viewers and I know, Steam does not want to be participating in play-to-earn games. I can see that as a conflict of interest, but in a way, Steam kind of lost out on that opportunity, and I think my viewers can agree. And if you disagree, please leave a comment down below. But in my opinion, and some of the other viewers in the YouTube channel, has said that Steam just missing out on the play to earn games, and having ownership for their community, providing that option at least, is just not working out for them. It's a huge loss. And so yeah, so that's just too bad. But what's great is that they have great partnerships, right? You have Hubie Ventures and my favorite, Alameda Research. What I love about Alameda Research is whenever they touch something, it automatically attracts my taste. They like what I like. And whenever I see Alameda Research or the Solana Foundation or I mean even Animoca Brands, it's just that to me feels like there's promise, right? One or the other. So when I was watching the gameplay, just based on this clip, you can kind of see like just the flow of things. It's not just a picture. It's not just, concept art. They actually have already built the demo game, and they are showing you how the game interacts. And so through these demos, I'll go ahead and fast forward through this. They have a narrative that's already being displayed. They have concept designs that are already being put into 3D designs. And just based on the combat workflow, this is exactly what we need in terms of quantity, quality, and also efficiency. So this is already showing us that, yes, this is going to be a next new RPG slash third-person shooter. Plus, you can ride on different vehicles. I mean, this is just everything that I want to see in a game, not just like, a fancy trailer, but an actual gameplay and, revelations of what the game's going to look like. So further on down, if you didn't know, the game is going to be launched in Q2 of 2022. So we are still a little bit early, but I think this is even a perfect time for that. So the NFT marketplace is going to be in January though, right? So I think what's great is we should be open and available to getting ready for the IDO, which is going to be in December. We'll talk about that. So why we want to get involved? Well, it's because of this IDO. And this is what this article was posted back in November 11th. So it's this month, but not too recent, but recent. They've also worked with Fractured Labs. So again, Decimated is going to launch the DIO token on Firestarter. Really important to know that, on Firestarter. It talks here about why Solana blockchain is great and Decimated being built on it is great. The participation details say details will be released shortly in regards to tier participation status and dates to apply, which to me kind of sounds like depending on how many tokens you have of Firestarter is going to determine your eligibility. It's unsure if this is going to be a lottery or a guaranteed allocation. So we don't really know those details just yet. In the FAQs, it says, what about staking? Will I get an allocation for that? Now it says only locking will let you receive allocation at the time. So just based on that, it seems like it does come off as if you just have a certain amount, maybe that allocation will just be based on how much you're staking, right, of the Fire token. And then below it says, what about the promo locking period? Which will I qualify for? And it says, please see the previous article for details on the promotional locking period, which we will not go into details just yet. You can always click on this link later on in the video. And then it says, how long do I need to have them locked in for? Just a snapshot or for the duration of the whole process throughout launch? They say tokens will need to be locked up until IMO presale is over. So basically you can sell your Firestarter tokens if you wish to afterwards. So yeah, there you go. So more information on that is you go on their Discord, and please, if you can, go to their Twitter page, the Decimated Twitter page, and make sure to go to their and make sure to follow that Twitter page. But most importantly, just like my Patreon member Zozer said, is get into their Discord, which is very important. And in the section after you verify yourself, you'll be given an identification number, which is really important because it shows you how early you were in being part of their Discord. And sometimes you have benefits based on the number you were assigned to. So on here, if you go to the section on the left, it says how to buy DIO. Now, the private sale funding rounds have closed, so this is like early funding people. If you have like millions, thousands of dollars that you wanted to put into the funding or marketing of this game, you can reach out to them clicking on this link right here. The DIO launch will launch through the Firestarter Launchpad, which is here. On launch day, target mid-December. Keep that in mind. So the target for this launch of this token is going to be mid-December. No specific date locked yet. Please visit the link above and claim your DIO tokens if eligible, meaning to the IDO. Private sale tokens will be distributed through an airdrop to associated investors based upon the vested schedule for 12 through 18 months with daily unlock. That's in my mind, that's I guess reasonable. From here, DIO will be listed on the following exchanges to allow for further trading. To me, I'm definitely going to be buying these tokens when they launch. I may wait a couple days or maybe even a week, because usually when IDOs happen, there tends to be a sell-off because people who got in early want to take their profits. And then there are also people who are really smart and say, you know what, I'm not going to take off my profits just yet. I'm going to wait a week, because people see that there's not a sell-off, and then they start buying, and then they sell off a week later. And then all of a sudden you find yourself kind of deep in the red. But either way, don't put all your funds all in the same time. Maybe dollar cost average. Put in a little bit here, a little bit there, but don't put it all in one bid. So, trade safely. Again, none of this is financial advice, just financial opinion. So if you go up to price chat, I want you guys to keep this involved, because this is today, right? The founder, or I'm saying the CEO of Decimated, Stefan Arnold, he's going to have a little chat on Discord, 1 p.m. UTC, which is today. So keep that in mind. Stay tuned to that. Stay involved. Something good's going to come out of this. Also, they're part of Good Games Guild, which is great. So that's really cool. So let's get into the Firestarter. So back over here, when I was told to click on this launch pad, you go to firestarter.fi/projects. You go up to this page. Now, the DIO/Decimated token is not live yet. And that's good, because the awareness is not there yet. The fact that this video is being made is probably going to start building that awareness. So, I think it's time to acquire some flame tokens if you haven't already. Again, just my personal opinion. So it's not listed yet, but they already have some other things that have launched on here, which would explain the reason why that the market cap is already at 31 million. Now, you may think, is 31 million too high? It's actually not that high, in my opinion. Yes, with other launch pads, they've started at 8 million, maybe even 300 million. But 31 million is like right there. It has so much room to grow. And there is 100 million max and total supply of tokens. Now, if you look at the overall chart, this token Flame did not launch until November 17th. So this month, this is all fairly new. And getting at this price around $2.41, I think it's a great steal. I think this is a great opportunity to get in, because again, the IDO launch hasn't even been announced, and it's going to happen this December. So this is a perfect opportunity to do that. Now, when I was talking about the market cap being at 31 million, just look at one of the other launch pads for, Decimated is not going to be on here based on what I know right now, but this CDFI fund is also a launch pad for other games. Their market cap is 343, and their dollar price is $16 per S fund, which is their ticker symbol. So with all these different launch pads, you have to have a certain amount of tokens. So if you get into Flame token, aka Firestarter, at $2.41, I think that's a great steal. And considering that you have to acquire a certain amount, a minimum, which we don't know yet, again, stick to the Firestarter website. You will know by then. So to me, I'm going to be buying a big bag of Flame tokens just to have and see if we can get into these IDOs. But because I'm living in the United States, I cannot participate in these IDOs. But if you're not blacklisted on Firestarter, be sure to go on Firestarter and check if your country is blacklisted. If it's not, you got to partake in this. But just have some of these tokens ready and available at this price point, because I do expect that this price will increase. Again, it's been trading sideways ever since its launch, and it hasn't even gone above $2.80. And that's just prime for something to skyrocket. So there it is, guys. I hope you like what you heard. Again, get into the Decimated IDO by buying some Flame tokens. Again, I encourage everybody to just plan ahead, think of your exit strategies. But the most important thing is knowing how to take profits, all right? Only invest what you're willing to lose. Again, this is a very speculative investment. Everything in this cryptocurrency, in a way, is speculative. So please invest safely. And keep in mind, when you get into these IDOs, a lot of things can happen. Things could get delayed, or maybe things could be surprising. Maybe you didn't realize you had to get a certain minimum of tokens, but just be prepared for all that, and just do your own research. That's the most important part, because again, I'm just a YouTube influencer. I'm not a certified financial advisor. So do your own research. Guys, thank you. Be sure to like that button and hit that subscribe button.
Thanks for watching Cryptolution. Register on our Patreon page for our insider training tips and more. And don't forget to click on the affiliates link below to receive sign-up bonuses and access the Global Crypto Assets Exchange. Invest safely, and we'll see you on the next episode of Cryptolution.